Hi guys, is Talk TV a spoof, a joke, a comedy channel, just really crappy satire? Because it can't be something serious. Literally no commentator who appears on it is a serious individual who has something actually intelligent to say. Here a panel of, commentators had what can only be perceived as a induced meltdown over Christmas. Have a listen to this.
Christianity's plummet all the time, and so it's like happy festive period.
Yeah.
I'm so sick. Why can't we say Merry Christmas
And you
anymore?
can't say
Who's stopping you from saying Merry Christmas? You literally said it on this show and you are not criticised over it. Who has actually been criticised for saying Merry Christmas? Has anyone ever walked into a shop and said Merry Christmas and been criticised, told to leave? Has anyone ever said Merry Christmas in any context where they were criticised over it? No. I think the problem here is twofold. One is that Christianity in Britain is on the decline. More and more people are identifying as other religions or as no religion at all. And the idea of Christmas, related to Christianity has sort of gone away over the last number of decades. It's more a commercial festival. But also, there are other religious festivals taking place at this time in December. So of course you're going to refer to them as well. Businesses understand that they can make money on the back of Christmas, but also other festivals. So they want to be as inclusive as possible because it helps them make a profit. Okay, it's nothing about really politically inclusivity. It's about making money. So if you stretch your welcome to many different communities, then you're going to be able to maximize profit. But once again, I've mentioned this before, I think this is something imported from the US, this idea that we're not allowed to say Christmas anymore. Who has actually told you not to say that? Nobody. Now, when it comes to schools or maybe public bodies, they have to be more inclusive because they have to respect people who are from another religion or people who have no religion at all.
White Christmas is racist, and my friend...
Sorry, who actually said that? White Christmas is racist. White Christmas refers to snow. Once again, I think these are straw man arguments. Nobody actually believes this, but they present it as something that is held by many people, obviously on the left. The left want to cancel White Christmas because white is racist or something. Nobody is saying this. It's a bit like this thing about open borders. Nobody is advocating for open borders. So when the right say, well, the people on the left, the Labour Party want open borders, we need to stop that. Nobody's actually talking about open borders.
Friends school, they said no longer talk about baby Jesus as Mary, it could be Malcolm.
I mean, we had...
Do you understand that his name was not Jesus? If Jesus Christ actually existed, okay? I'm not a mythicist. I'm not somebody who believes that he didn't exist. But there's very little evidence to support the idea that Jesus actually did exist. But his name was not Jesus, if he did. And Mary and Joseph were not called Mary and Joseph. So I'm not sure what she's trying to get at here. How dare the school suggest that Mary and Joseph were not called Mary and Joseph? Do you understand that Saint Peter was not called Peter? Whatever it was in Aramaic, if he existed as well, I think he did exist, but there's more evidence to support Peter, whatever his name was in Aramaic, but he wasn't called Peter in the same way that Jesus wasn't called Jesus. Many years ago, there was an American politician, and once again, this is all stuff imported from America. There was an American politician who claimed that, well, if the Bible, I think it was in reference to the use of double languages, so the bilingualism, so Spanish being used in public buildings in the US by the federal government, I believe. And she said, well, if English was good enough for Jesus, it should be good enough for you. She actually believed that Jesus Christ spoke English because the Bible, her Bible, was written in English.
The school where they were saying that Christmas songs are potentially racist because suggesting that Jesus is the Son of God is haram in Islam.
No, it's...
What? Once again, I don't believe these things happen, or if they did, we're talking about some crazy people who come up with, I don't want this, and that the school would actually implement. No, there's no evidence to support any of this. This is just shit stirring. This is just trying to rile people up. Or it's a very bad attempt at comedy.
Frightening. And the teachers are the caretaking your children, aren't they, while you're at work, and hopefully learning things like maths and English, not brainwashing them into some mad ideology.
Alex.
Sorry, but we're talking about Christmas. We're talking about religion, and you're saying I don't want my children, or we don't want children to be taught about some mythical thing? You don't want them to be told the story about Santa Claus? These people make no sense whatsoever. No, let's not talk about religion. Let's not talk about Santa Claus. Let's talk about maths and English.
Are we losing this culture war?
I think we are. We're slowly losing it, and that's a failure of this Tory government. They've had a
The Tories are losing the culture war. What culture war? Like, the war on Christmas? Is this what we're talking about? Once again, this is something imported from the US. This idea that there's a war on Christmas, that the left and liberals and and other elements want to remove Christmas from our society. And it's not an actual evaluation of the way the society changes.
decade in power to actually do some good for the country and stand up for British values.
Nearly 14 years.
So what has Christmas got to do with British values? For me, British values are openness, welcoming foreigners. These people are the opposite. Like, is this guy, British values are Christmas? or something like that?
Yeah, nearly 14.
Yeah.
And what have they done? I mean, we're just seeing this madness creep in. You'd expect this under a Labour government, but not a Conservative
Yeah,
one,
but
would
they're
you?
globalist stooges. This is not a Conservative government. And as you've correctly said, you know, there is no choice.
There is no choice. Okay. Once again, get back to the main point here. Is this a comedy show, or is this an attempt to be serious? Like, do they actually believe the things they say, or is it just to make people angry? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. And Merry Christmas.